Hello and welcome to Computology Academy, and today we are going to discuss the environment and ecology paper. That was the first test series paper that is available on our website and the app also, and that is available free of cost. So those who are listening to this discussion and they have not attempted the test, then they should go first on the website or the app. It is available free of cost and they can attempt the test, and thereafter they should go through this discussion video so as to maximize their knowledge about the subject matter of environment and ecology, because the test will provide them a mental exercise, and thereafter if they go through the answers, then it would be more beneficial for them. So here we will start with the paper. Here the first question is, environmental impact assessment EIA is done in India under. So here there are four options, that is Wildlife Protection Act, Indian Forest Act, Biodiversity Act and Environmental Protection Act. So the correct answer is D, that is the Environmental Protection Act of 1986. Under this act, the environmental impact assessment has been made mandatory if any of the new project is going to be erected in any place, established in any place, and if there is going to be a considerable amount of displacement as well as adverse impact to the environment, then the environmental impact assessment has been made mandatory, right? Next question is question number 2, and that is, which of the following bioremediation techniques are ex situ bioremediation techniques? So here the options are bioreactors, windrows, bioaugmentation and biopiles, right? So here bioreactors are the correct option, thereafter windrows are the correct option, and thereafter biopiles are the correct option. So these three are the ex situ, while this bioaugmentation, this is in situ method of the bioremediation. Along with this, there are various other in situ methods like bioventing, thereafter biopressing, etc. So these are the in situ methods, while the bioreactors, windrows and the biopiles are the ex situ method. Next question is, the Global Environmental Outlook GEO is prepared by. So which organization prepares the Global Environmental Outlook? So here the options are Global Green Growth Institution, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, that is IPCC. So most of you know about the IPCC. And next is the International Union for Conservation of Nature, and the last one is UNEP, that is United Nations Environmental Program. So here the correct answer is D. This is just a factual question, so everybody should know that UNEP is the organization which releases the Global Environmental Outlook, right? Next question is, consider the following pairs. So here the pairs are provided, that is the Orang Tiger Reserve, Uttar Pradesh, Lamjao National Park, Manipur, Dudhwa National Park, Assam. And the question asks that which of the above pairs are correctly matched. So here the answer will be only 2, because the Orang National Park is in Assam, Dudhwa National Park is in Uttar Pradesh. So only the Lamjao National Park, that is in Manipur, is only correct answer which is matched correctly, right? Next is, consider the following statement about the Central Pollution Control Board, that is CPCB. So here the question is, CPCB was constituted under the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981. Next is, it is also provides technical support to the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So here only 2 is the correct option, only 2. B will be the answer, as the CPCB was constituted under Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act of 1974 and not Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, right? However, later on the CPCB was interested with the work of Water Prevention and Control of Pollution also, but first of all it was constituted under Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, right? Next is, In the extreme winter condition, the term winter kill is generally used. What does this term means? So here the options are the death of the wild animals due to inability to exist in the extreme winter condition. This is not the answer. Finding lot of dead animals in the deep zone of the oceans, there is already the sub-zero temperature. Death of the fish in the water body which remains frozen for long period. And next is loss of forest at the altitude greater than 500 meters. So here the answer will be, that is C, the death of the fish in the water bodies which remains frozen for long period of time. And this is because due to the formation of ice on the surface of the water bodies, what happens, the penetration of the sunlight to the depth of the ocean or the water body gets restricted, and because of that what happens, the process of photosynthesis gets restricted, and due to that there is no addition of the oxygen that is produced through photosynthesis, and because of that what happens, the animals, the fish etc. continues the respiration process, and due to that the amount of carbon dioxide gets increased, and for that matter the oxygen, dissolved oxygen in the water bodies gets exhausted with the passage of time, and the fish go on to die. So this is the reason. Next is, which of the following are the food colorants, that is Congo red, orang and orange one and lead chromate. So here all the three are the food colorant, and some of them are also restricted because of their adverse impact on the human health, and they are carcinogenic in nature also. And you might have witnessed that many of the food colorant which are considered as the food additive are mentioned in the code name, and nowadays the people have become so aware that they used to search for the code name, what does it mean and what are the effects, health impacts on the body of these colorants, and the people have become choosy, and you should also be like that, because many of the food colorants are hazardous to health. Next is, which of the following best describes the spring sock? स्प्रिंग सॉक है ना, तो यहाँ पर अब क्या होगा कि it is release of sulfuric acid in water bodies due to the melting of snow in the spring season. It is the sudden change in the air temperature at the onset of the spring. ये तो होता है, बहुत सारे मौसम में होता है, so it is not a big factor. It is the immediate warning of aquatic habitat on the onset of the summer. So this is also not none of the above. ये तो होगा ही नहीं. So the most probable answer is the first one, that is option A, that when the ice starts to melt after the onset of spring, then what happens? The melting of the ice releases the dissolved carbon dioxide also, sulfuric acid also, and this addition of sulfuric acid due to sudden rise in temperature and resultant melting of the ice is called as the spring sock, right? Now next question, that is, which of the following, so here next question is, which of the following Indian species is enlisted in the Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act? So here the options are Tibetan wild ass, line-tailed macaw, pygmy hog and Malabar civet. So in fact all of them are listed in Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act because all of them are endangered species, and the Schedule 1 provides them protection from hunting, from illegal trade, from transport and various other things, and causing harm or death of any of these species is a punishable offense under the Wildlife Protection Act. And in this list you will find many other organisms also, like cheetah, cloud leopard, dugong, golden lemur, various other animals are also there, right? Now the next question is question number 10, that is, which statements are correct about the peninsular India's flora and fauna? From tropical wet deciduous to tropical dry deciduous and shrub vegetations are found. This is the correct Option, Western Ghats have evergreen vegetation similar to the northeast rainforest. This is also correct. Striped hyena and the antelopes are found in these species, these forests. So here this is also correct. So the answer will be C, that is 1, 2 and 3. All the above answers are correct, and these are the basics questions related to the environment and ecological condition of India. Next question is, with reference to Great Indian Bustard, consider the following statements. Nobody should read the bastard, right? So these questions should be kept in mind. So these are common questions, and the UPSC and the various other civil services exams of the state PCSs also have asked such questions time and again, and these are the common questions that you should be aware of, and you should know the answer of these questions, right? So here the statement says that it is the state bird of Gujarat. This is wrong, because it is the state bird of Rajasthan, not Gujarat, right? Next, it is found exclusively in the northwestern plains, right? It is correct, though it is found in the northwestern region of India as well as some parts of Pakistan, also adjoining border regions, and mostly in Rajasthan. It is critically endangered bird, so it is also correct, and that is why it has been kept under Schedule 1, and it is a protected animal, it is a protected bird, and the answer will be B, that is 2 and 3 only, right? Now come to the next question, that is question number 12. Here it says that yellow-throated bulbul is one among the 22 bulbul species of India. Which of the following is incorrect about this bird? So this word incorrect should be noticed specifically, because most of the students commit the mistake by ignoring or missing out this incorrect or not correct or not suitable words, and these are the traps way of the UPSC or any other civil services exam, where most of the students fall and they lose their chances to clear the prelims examination, right? So here the answer is, that is, it is categorized as vulnerable under the IUCN red list. So it is not threatened by poaching or capturing. It is a cosmopolitan in nature. Its habitat destruction specifically owing to the granite mining, agriculture expansion, and the cattle grazing are the major threats. So here the answer will be B, that is, it is not threatened. Not threatened. If it would have been threatened, then nobody would have noticed about it, so it would not have been the part of the question. So clearly you can understand that nobody talks about the stray dogs, that whether they are threatened or not, right? So it is a common sense like question. Even if you don't know about the answer, then specifically by reading the statements you can understand what should be the answer, right? Next is, which of the following World Heritage Sites are also the tiger reserves? So here the answer is Sundarbans, thereafter Manas and Kaziranga. In Nanda Devi, tigers are not found. So the answer will be, that is 1, 3 and 4. So the D will be the answer for question number 30. Next question is, consider the following with regard to the Bharat stage emission standards. So now the informations are in the air that BS6 is going to be launched very soon. So most of the students may be thinking that sir abhi to stage 6 aaya tha, stage 7 bhi aa gaya. So basically some of them are saying that this is going to be the BS6 to 0.2, or some are saying that it is BS7, because some of the norms have been made more stringent. So here the statements are, considered BS norms were introduced in the year 2000. This is correct. Next is BS norms are being set up by the central as well as the state government. This is wrong statement because the state government have no say in the norms formulation for the Bharat stage emission norms, right? Next is BS norms are based on the United States regulation. अपने देश में लागू करना तो हमें दूसरे की क्या जरूरत है? Why should we go for the United States permission or information? If we are naming it the Bharat stage, then what is the use of United States? Next is the different norms are brought into force by the Central Pollution Control Board under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So this is the correct statement and the answer will be D, right? Next is which of the following terms associated with ecosystem is or are correctly matched? So here it is saying that net primary productivity of an ecosystem is the rate of production of organic matter during photosynthesis. So here you can put your mind a bit close to the question. So these questions are going to be a bit tricky, right? So here it says that net production, and next is catabolism is when the bacterial and the fungal enzymes degrade the detritus into the simpler organic substances. So this is catabolism, correct statement. Next is secondary productivity is defined as the rate of formation of new organic matter by the consumer. This is also secondary productivity. So net primary productivity in the ecosystem is the rate of production of organic matter during the photosynthesis. So only photosynthesis not, but the chemosynthesis also causes the primary production, and because of that the first statement is incorrect and the answer will be C, that is 2 and 3. Along with photosynthesis, chemosynthesis also functions as the process of primary producer. Now come to question number 16. So here in the question number 16 it says that the growth rate of population in India depends upon which of the following? Birth rate, death rate, migration. So all the above. Simple question, nothing to bother about. Any person who have read well the basic geography, human geography, then he will be in position to answer such kind of questions. However, the annual growth rate, population growth rate in India according to the census 2011 was 1.64%. अभी तक नया सेंसस 2022 का जो 21 का होना चाहिए था वो हुआ नहीं because of pandemic and various other issues. Let us see when the next census will be commenced. Question number 17. Consider the following statement about the causes of migration. So here causes of migration: hazard, civil unrest, greater wealth, lack of services, potential for employment. All of them are causes of migration, but the twist in the question comes ahead. Which among the following is not a pull factor? Not a pull factor. Keep this in mind. Not a pull factor but a push factor. जबरदस्ती धक्का देके भगा रहे, भागो यहाँ से, right? For the migration, so here hazard is a push factor, so this will be the answer. Civil unrest is the push factor. Thereafter potential for unemployment and lack of services, this will not be there. So here the next will be lack of services. Greater wealth, why a person having the greater wealth will go on to migrate? Who is enjoying the better life here himself, he will not migrate. So the answer will be option B, right? Next is which of the following is not a possible impact of oceanic acidification? So coral bleaching, it is the impact of oceanic acidification. Decrease in commercial fishing, this will also be there. Increase in production of phytoplankton, so this is not going to be an impact of ocean acidification because the phytoplankton production will decrease, not increase, right? So it will be vice versa. Next is a foreigner visits a few Indian states in a particular sequence. During his official tours, he encountered one unique wildlife species in each state in the following order. Asiatic lion. So first of all you should go on to Gujarat. So Gujarat is first in these three options. So Asiatic lions are found in the Gir Tiger Reserve, Gir Lion Reserve of Gujarat. So next one is Hangal. So Dachingam National Park, Jammu and Kashmir. So here itself the answer is D. You don't have to go on to read the other two options, right? So Dachingam National Park, Hangal deer. Hangal is a type of deer which is found in Dachingam National Park, Jammu and Kashmir. So here itself the answer is there. However, just go on to read the other ones. Red panda, Arunachal Pradesh, correct. Thereafter, Great Indian Bustard, Rajasthan, as we have seen earlier. So this will be the sequence of the answer, and the answer will be D. Next is, consider the following statements. The highest concentration of phytoplanktons is found in the tropical seawater. So the tropical seawater will not have the highest concentration of the phytoplanktons, because the phytoplanktons are found in abundance in those regions where there is mixing of hot and cold current, like that of off the coast of Newfoundland, here in the of the Japan Sea. So these kind of regions have the higher concentration of phytoplanktons, and because of that the tropical water will not have. Next is, phytoplanktons are responsible for transfer of carbon dioxide from atmosphere to ocean. This is the correct answer, and that is why the answer will be B only for question number 20. Now come to the next question, that is, which of the following quality marks assures the quality products against the adulteration? So FPO mark, ISI mark and egg mark. So all the three are for the same purpose, that is the quality products against adulteration. So this is the answer, that is D. Next is question number 22, and here it says that which of the following are true for macro consumers? Herbivores are the plant eaters, correct. Carnivores are the animal eaters, correct. Omnivores eats all kinds of foods, correct. So the question number 22 will have answer D. Next is question number 23. Here it says that the phenomena of concentrated deposition of toxic chemicals in the tissues of a particular organism is called as. So here the options are bioaccumulation. So this is the correct answer. Biomagnification is the process in which the higher order animals will have higher amount of the toxic elements or the compounds in their body because of eating too much of the toxic element conserving lower order animals or plants. Then they will get magnified, because all the toxic materials that is available in the body of the lower order animals or organisms will get accumulated in the higher order animal and it will get magnified. So here the answer will be A, that is bioaccumulation. Next is a small rare bird, the black baja, found in the South Asia and Southeast Asia. In India it is found in. So यहाँ पर question लटक गया नहीं. So this is a tricky question. So here the black baja is found in Annamulai Tiger Reserve, Bandipur Tiger Reserve and Bhadra Tiger Reserve. Which is the answer? So here the answer is Annamalai Tiger Reserve in state of Tamil Nadu. Annamalai Tiger Reserve, state of Tamil Nadu. Here the black bass is found. Next is, so here the answer will be option A. Next is question number 25. Match the following lists. Asiatic lion, Gujarat. Just in a few questions earlier we have seen it. Black buck. So the black buck will be in Haryana, Shiro in Mizoram and red panda in Sikkim. So here the answer will be 2, 1, 3, 4. Option A, right? Next is question number 26. Which of the following defines a biome most appropriately? Community of flora and fauna that covers a large geographical area. That is correct. So the first option is itself the answer. No need to read the other question on statements. Now come to the next question, that is question number 27. Consider the following about the agencies involved in the exploration of minerals. So Natural Gas Commission, Geological Survey of India, Biological Survey of India will not be there, Indian Bureau of Mines, National Aluminium Company. So the answer will be except 3, and in all these options you will find that B is the only option which is except 3. So the answer will be B, right? Next is question number 21. Consider the following statements about the coal as a non-renewable energy sources. In India, 80% of the coal deposit are anthracite type of coal, no bituminous type, right? So the first statement is wrong. Raniganj is the largest coal field, wrong. Jharia is the largest coal field. Next is Siliguri is an important coal field located in West Bengal. This is also wrong because Siliguri is Singrauli. It is Singrauli. Singrauli is an important coal field located in West Bengal. So it is located in Madhya Pradesh, right? So this will again not be correct statement. So here it says that choose the incorrect answer. So which of the following statements are incorrect? So here the answer will be option D, that is all the above options are incorrect. Now come to question number 29. Consider the following statements about So here consider the following statements about the National Institute of Solar Energy. It is an autonomous institution of Ministry of Renewable Energy. So this is a correct option. Next is it is an apex national research and development institution in the field of solar energy. Correct. It is located in New Delhi. This is not correct because it is located in Gurugram. So the answer will be only 1 and 2, and here option A will be the correct answer. Right. Now come to the next question, that is question number 30, and it says that consider the following statements about the landforms made by glaciers. Valley glaciers are formed on low valleys, are characterized by long and narrow, not narrow but broad. Right. Continental glaciers are the ice cover expands over surrounding lowland and spread over an extensive area. Correct statement. So the answer will be B, that is only 2. Next question is consider the following statement about landforms made by sea waves. So question number 31 says that sea stack are the most widespread landforms of erosional coast. So this is a correct statement. Sea stacks are found everywhere where there is erosional coast, and that is why you will find that many of the areas you will find standing some kind of outcrops of the rocks away from the coastline, right? So this is the correct statement. Sea arches are a bridge-like structure which is formed when two caves approach one another from either side of the headland and unite. So that is not called as the cave arches, but the larger openings are called as the arches, the smaller openings are called as the tunnels, right? So this is not correct, and here option A will be the correct answer. Next question number 32 says that consider the following statements with respect to index of industrial production. It is compiled and published monthly by the National Statistical Office. Correct statement. IIP is the measure on the physical volume of the production. This is also correct statement. So see, both 1 and 2 are correct. And here the NSSO is currently using the base year as 2011-12 for measuring the IIP, Industrial Index of Industrial Production, right? So Keep in mind 2011-12 is the current base year. They will change it later on. Next is question number 33. So here the question number 33 says that consider the following statement about the Amazon basin. The Amazon basin lies in the equatorial area, correct? It is rich in flora and orchids and bromeliads grow as the plant parasite, correct? It is characterized by hot and dry, not dry but wet. So here this is the wrong statement. So the answer will be option A, that is only 1 and 2. Next is question number 34. Consider the following statements. Stenothermal is a condition when an organism restricts itself to a narrow range of temperature. This is a correct statement. And next is euthermal is a condition when an organism can tolerate and thrive in a wide range of temperature. So this is again a correct statement, and because of that the answer will be both the statements. C, both the statements are correct, right? Now question number 35. So here the question number 35 says that which of the given below statements correctly defines the age effect? It is change in population or community structure that occurs at the boundary of two habitats. So the option A is the correct answer. Straight away you can find that the age effect is the situation where there will be the mixture of the population from both the types of habitats between which this boundary or the edge is there, right? Next is question number 36. Which type of biotic interaction is said to be complete when one species harms or restricts the other species without itself being adversely affected or harmed by the presence of the other species? So here again you will find the chart, the table in your NCERT book, that is amensalism. Amensalism is the answer here. In this process what happens, a biotic species will thrive on other species and they will not get harmed in return, but they will adversely impact the host body, right? Next is question number 37. Consider the following statement about the Gangetic dolphin. It is characterized as vulnerable, not vulnerable but endangered, right? So here it is endangered. It is national aquatic animal of India. It lives only in fresh water, correct? So the option B, only 2 and 3 are correct here in question number 37. Which of the given wetlands of India matches incorrectly with the state in which they are found? Ashtamudik wetland, Kerala, correct. Bhoj wetland, Madhya Pradesh, correct. Dipor Bel wetland, Manipur, and Hokera wetland, Jammu and Kashmir. So here Dipor Bel is wrongly matched. Dipor Bel is in Assam and not in Manipur. So the answer will be option C, Assam, right? Next is, who is known as the father of ecology in India? Not in the world but in India, right? So here it is a tricky question and Ramdev Misra is the answer, right? He had done his PhD under the guidance of W.H. Pearsall in the London, in the British UK, right? So he is the person who had been named as the father of ecology in India. Next question is question number 40. Consider the following definition related to productivity. Primary productivity is the amount of biomass or organic matter produced per unit area over a time of period by the plants during the photosynthesis. This is the correct answer. Gross primary productivity is the rate of production of organic matter during the photosynthesis. This is also correct. Net primary productivity is the amount of gross primary productivity utilized by plants in respiration. So here the question becomes a bit tricky right now. However, if you go for the answer, then all the statements are correct, right? So here all the statements are correct. Next is question number 41. Which of the following statement best describes the pioneer community? Pioneer, many of the people say that he is the pioneer of the history, he is the pioneer of chemistry, like Ramdev Misra, pioneer of ecology in India. So the pioneer word itself describes that the first person or the first entity, right? So here the answer will be the gradual and fairly predictable change in the species composition in the given area. Each temporary community that is formed and replaced during the succession. The final stage, this is not called as the first species to colonize a area will be the pioneer species, and the answer for question number 41 will be D, right? Now come to the next question, that is which among the following is a good source of phosphorus in phosphorus cycle? Sea animals, rocks, volcanic eruption, lithosphere, all the above. From everywhere you can get phosphorus in the phosphorus cycle. So nothing to bother about, just go on to mark D in question number 42, right? Now come to the next question, that is question number, oh, they have missed something or what? After 42 there is 44. No issues. Question number 44. Which among the following is most widely used way to remove the particulate matter? So here the electrostatic precipitator, which is widely used even in the power plants and the other industries where there is heavy exhaustion of the particulate matter. So now the government have made it mandatory to use the ESP, that is electrostatic precipitator. In there you will find 2 or more rods, and there thousands of volt of electricity supply is maintained, and because of that the particulate matters get charged and thereafter they go on to precipitate to the bottom, right? Next is consider the following statements about the Blue Flag certification. So it is awarded by Foundation for Environmental Education. It was started in France in 1985. This is the correct statement. It is an ecotourism made endeavoring provide tourism. So both the statements are correct, and the answer for question number 45 will be C, right? Next is with reference to the baobab tree, which is of the following statement is correct? Baobabs are the deciduous trees ranging in height from 5 to 20 meters. They grow in the low-lying areas of Africa and Australia. So here we have to choose the correct answer, and here about the baobab tree you will find that the baobab trees are found not in Australia only but in some other areas also, and both the statements are correct statements over here. That is option C is the correct answer. Next is question number 47. With reference to the Komodo dragon, which of the following statement is or are correct? It is the largest and heaviest lizard species on the earth. Correct statement. It is found in the Periyar National Park. Wrong. It is found in Indonesia. Right. So this is found in Indonesia, and the Komodo National Park is the place where it is found. Right. So here the answer will be only one, that is A. Next is question number 48. Which of the given lake of India is incorrectly matched with the states in which they are found? Vemanad Lake, Kerala, correct. Pulicat Lake, Andhra Pradesh, correct. Chilika Lake, Odisha, correct. Uller Lake, wrong, because Uller Lake is in Jammu and Kashmir and not in Sikkim. So the answers is option D. So because we have to mark the incorrect match, not the correct match, because there will be 3 answers after that. Next question is consider the following statement about the Bonn Convention. It was established in 1999 at Bonn. So this is a wrong statement, because Bonn Convention was signed for the migratory species in 1979 and not 99, and this treaty was under the aegis of UNEP under the Convention of Migratory Species, and it was signed at Bonn, because of which it is also known as the Bonn Convention, right? India is its member from its beginning. This is also correct. So the answer will be option B, that is 2 and 3 only, right? Next is the last question. What among the following does the Allen's rule explain? All sources of energy on the earth is the sun. Of the total energy liberated by the sun, only 0.2% enters into the earth's atmosphere. Two closely related species competing for the same resource cannot coexist indefinitely. This is the Allen's rule, that is option B, right? So the Allen's rule provides about the survival of the fittest, right? So this is the thing, and here we finish off the discussion of the 50 questions for environment and ecology. The test, again I am saying that, is available free of cost on our app as well as website. Go on to take the test, and those who are new on our channel, who have visited it first time, go on to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon, so that you will not miss any of the important notification related to contents, tests and various other things. Thank you very much and have a nice day.